I know, bruv, I know. The best chicken I've ever cooked. It is honestly the best chicken I've ever cooked. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Sunday Sessions here in the garden in Edmonton. Now, today we are doing piri chicken, ladies and gentlemen. Piri chicken. I couldn't get my hands on any piri chilies, but I've got a couple sneaky bits that we can do, right? From the top, shout out Nando's, yeah, because Nando's are my peoples. They sell piri. I'm doing my take on piri that I ate in Portugal on holiday this year. I went to Portugal in July. What I did have was loads of delicious piri in a place called Marufo. If you're ever in like the Algarve in Portugal, that is the place to eat piri. Now, fucking stop. Denzel, stop. I'm doing important things. Yeah, so I found that being in the Algarve, we were in like a lot of the posher places to eat, but the one thing that I wanted to eat was piri, and we ended up going there 3 times because it was absolutely fucking delicious. They looked after us, and it was just really good vibes. For me, it was just chicken, smoke, cages, like lit charcoal. It was my kind of like, this is where I want to eat. Anyway, I come back inspired, as you do. Haven't done this since, winging it today, and it's gonna work because realistically, it's just about knowing little techniques and flavors that we're gonna alter. So, piri, right, is an African bird's eye chili. Now here, I couldn't get any. I went to all the AF shops on my high road, Edmonton. I went to, just looked in multiple places. What I couldn't find. What I could find was dried piri, right? So these are dried bird's eye, but from Africa. So not like these are red bird's eye chilies that I'd associate with like Thai food or Vietnamese. So we're gonna use a mixture. We're gonna use these dried African piri, and we're gonna use these fresh Asian bird's eye. So I've got 4 fresh, 12 dry. It's gonna be hot, it's piri, it has to be hot. Then also in here, I've got 5 cloves of just peeled garlic, bog standard, right? Again, we're gonna do a bosh into a Jamie Oliver jam jar. Little salt for adhesive and crush and give us that breakdown, and then just smash these, not into a fine paste, but just to release flavors, right? Now, let's hold there. Look, I need you to listen. Denzel. Stop it, bruv. Stop. I'm gonna put you inside. I need you to listen. So, we're doing this twice, yeah? Same amount of ingredients. The first time you do it, I want you to use a cooking oil, yeah? Like a vegetable oil or a sunflower oil, something neutral, right? This is going to be our saucier, yeah? This is going to be not a marinade, but a brush, yeah? We're gonna gently grill this bird, constantly flipping it and looking after it, and I want to do like an oily marinade that's taken on all the flavor. I did this about 45 minutes ago. You can do it a couple days in advance, let it sit in your fridge. As long as it's underneath oil, this shit's never gonna go off, essentially, yeah? So, same amount of chilies and garlic I've gone into here. In this jam jar now, I have a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of sugar, and half a teaspoon of MSG. MSG optional, okay? I like MSG, I like what it does to food. So, this has had a good little bash, right? What we're gonna do is instead of using a cooking oil, we're gonna use an olive oil. This is gonna be our finishing piri sauce. So I know we're used to in Nando's getting sauces of different heats and like different consistencies. Some hot ones are like less bitty and more oily, and some of the other ones are like blitzed vegetables. This is how they served piri to me in Portugal, right? So it's just a little, almost like a fucking flavored oil that you either decided to throw on top of your chicken or you didn't. It was up to you. So I've gone in with some nice olive oil. just looking at loosening it, right? I'm gonna go a fair bit of olive oil. This is a decent olive oil too. It's a nice little Bella Zoo. We're then gonna transfer this oil into this jam jar. Now, this piri won't last long. There's nothing in it really to preserve it. It's got no acid in it or anything. This is the day you make it. This piri, you get to make it, you get to eat it, then it goes in the bin. It doesn't get any better with time. You want the freshness for the piri. By all means, hold on to it. But I just feel like the anal part of me is a bit like, nah, man. Once it's gone, it's gone. Do you know what I mean? Little stir, lid on. The good old Jamie Oliver. Ooh, it's warm. It's like bitter from olive oil. A nice little sweetness from the sugar that we put in it. And then you've got like hum of smokiness from that's the paprika, freshness or oregano. Normally there'd be some sort of acid in this, whether it be a white wine vinegar or a lemon. I was torn between putting it in the acid in the marinade or squeezing a lemon over the bird. And then I realised I don't have any fucking lemons, right? I didn't buy any lemons. So I've got some vinegar. But to accompany this dish, I'm going to make a really acidic, beautiful tomato salad. And I'm hoping that will contrast and give us enough, almost like yin and yang to the dish when we're talking about exciting things on our palate, yeah? So, marinade's done. We've done two different types. We've done bastage and we've done finishing, yeah? In true piri fashion, I want to cook this in a cage, full control. Oh, I didn't say, this is just the chicken that I've spatchcocked. Yeah? You guys know chickens. This is a spatchcock bird, right? Season heavy. We're just going salt, right? Because we're slowly gonna start to build flavor using our little oily. Clamp it down. Fucking this better work. And then I'm just going to season again on this side. Are you alive? Good. Spread this coal out. Oof, coal's hot. I'm going to get this chicken on. Now, we don't want to go mad fierce on the cook, right? I just want pure control at all times. I want to be able to look, turn, toss, poke, realize where the hot spots are. The key to this now is cooking at the right temperature that our skin gets to tighten and blister with our meat still being delicious on the inside, but also using the oil in the best way possible to impart flavor, but also to add smoke clouds, right? When you go to a piri place, when you go to a piri spot in Portugal, there's bare peas, bruv. When you go to a piri spot in Portugal, the first thing you realize is the smoke like bellows onto the streets. Like where I went to Marufo was on a dual carriageway, and between 1 and 8 o'clock at night, whole place smoked out, bro. Full of locals, red Coca-Cola chairs, like fucking paper tablecloth tables. Those places for me are better than any Michelin star gaffs. Like I love looking at those restaurants and being like, I'm gonna fucking eat here and it's gonna be legit, right? But what those guys did so well was almost like they were smashing chickens around to dislocate their bones out of their sockets, putting them into cages, seasoning them heavily, but then controlled the fire with the amount of oil that they used and with the amount of airflow going in. So it's a definite craftsmanship to cooking it. And what you want to do is build slowly build flavor, slowly build color, slowly bring it all to the forefront, right? So that's all done. We're just gonna, I bought a little brush, right? I got a brush. I'm just gonna start brushing bits of piri-piri onto this bird. See what I mean? It has to bellow, it has to smoke. We're talking about a dish here that's possibly 4 ingredients. It's a dish that's possibly 4 ingredients. So when we get those ingredients right and like the connections right and the alchemy of the dish coming together makes those things that much better. So we're running a bit hot here. I'm just going to spread this charcoal out because I do want this to be a slow cook. I want it to be tight and crispy, but I also want it to go for quite some time. It's like my fucking... Sorry, there's my phone as well, bro. What the fuck, fam? So you want it to be slow, tight, crispy. We don't want to fucking force this or rush it. We're going to just look after it, baste it, make sure the chicken's cooked beautifully. I'm going to rest it. And then we're just going to carve it. Traditionally, it'd be served with chips, but no one got time for that. Buy some oven chips or fry some chips at home. But we're just going to look after this bird and baste it in a beautiful piri-piri oil that we've made. Make smoke, make the neighbours jealous, and serve it with a little cute tomato salad. Fine, just use your really expensive salt. So put the fire out. Right, so look, when you're cooking with charcoal and oil, you're gonna have flare-ups, right? Don't ever be scared of them. Just realize that as soon as you get a flare-up, you can pull away. Pull away, jig your charcoal about, make sure you're in control. Look, we've had a flare-up. This is a beautiful color still. That side's ow! It's a beautiful color still. If there's a flag, if ever anyone was like, we need a new flag for the country, this is what my flag would be. This would be where I was from. Sideways crispy chicken is where it'd be called. We're starting to get loads of beautiful bits of flavour and colour, but just let it go slow, yeah? No rush. 4 ingredients. Do not fucking rush it, bro. Like we've barely done anything. No rushing. Cooking is all about confidence and like seeing how things work and building flavours slowly and by cooking things slow just means that we get to feed it this oil that we've made. It means that we get to build and develop flavours. It means that it's not just a fucking grilled chicken. It's now piri-piri because how much fucking time and effort we've put into it. All you gotta do is cook a portion of chips, make a fucking tomato salad, man. Chill the fuck out. Speaking of which, I'm at a good point where I can just let this chicken go, essentially. Just let it do its thing. It's going to cook itself. I ain't got to do nothing to it. I like where you can hear it. You can hear it screaming. Screaming. Nice. The Portuguese, like most Mediterranean countries that we go to on holiday and drink cheap beers and eat lovely food in, don't really care about presentation. All they care about is what the food tastes like and where the ingredients are from. Specifically the chickens in Portugal are very small and they're bred for like hard, fast roasting to make piri piri. But the other things that they do really well in Portugal is tomatoes, right? So traditionally piri piri served with a beautiful little acidic tomato salad on a steel plate, and I wanted to do the same thing. Now, we live in fucking England, yeah? So unless you're spending decent money on a tomato or going to an Italian deli, we don't really celebrate the same things that some of these foreign countries do. Having the nicest tomato isn't something that we're proud of. Whereas when you go abroad, in a lot of the Med, it's those small things that make your experience and your dinner a lot better. So I've got supermarkets own brand but finest, because I do feel like there is a difference basically in acidity, in sweetness. Just going to cut into rings like so, and I'm just going to plonk them down wherever they land. I want to go with like the aesthetic of, I don't care, man, like we're just making a really nice tomato salad, and I don't want it to be done up like it's made an effort. You know, when you go out and there's definitely people where you are that have made an effort to look good, to smell nice, to be dressed in a certain way. That's not me, bro. I take care of my image and what I'm dressed like. Yeah, like I like to look coordinated and put together, but I'm not really someone that stresses out before a night out to get ready, and that's how I like my food. Is like, yeah, I thought about it, let's just do it the way it naturally comes, you get me? So, big tomatoes for a little hat nod to what they are in Portugal. And then I've got some little sweet mixed ones, and if there's one thing that's always in my house, it's a room temperature cherry, datarini or baby tomato. Ever since we were kids, Dad just comes in, a little handful of tomatoes, chews away, and eats a bit of hellim. So tomatoes, just going to plonk them down, right? This is going to be a salad for me and George, like that. And now, tomatoes are desperate for salt, yeah? Some of the reasons that you guys don't like tomatoes is because you don't fucking season them, yeah? When you season a tomato, it gives the ability for its juice to piss out. Essentially, its juices run out of the tomato because tomatoes are like a sponge. You season them, the juices run out, and it means that we're now using that tomato to almost flavour the entire salad, yeah? So we've got the acidity and the sweetness that the tomato gets to carry, and that's purely from seasoning the fucking tomato. Take a big crack of salt and just season your fucking tomatoes. Give them a little swirl up and you'll see straight away. Give this 30 seconds and I'll collect all the juice on a spoon and I'll fucking show you the importance of it. It's not even 30 seconds, it's probably been about 15 seconds. This is live time, look. See this? This here is fucking pure gold. When it comes to like just simple salads, you have to do this. Season your tomatoes in the beginning, let this juice start to run clear, yeah? This also gives you, I feel like it gives you a better texture on your tomato. It gives your tomato more of a crunch, yeah? Acidic, sweet, delicious. Portuguese are like, I don't need lettuce or cucumbers. What I do need is something to cut through the saltiness and the sweetness. I'm gonna go heavy with a big white tomato. I'm not scared of we're gonna go heavy with a big white onion. Yeah, this isn't a tomato, this is an onion. I'm not scared of eating raw onions. I grew up with Camille. Eating raw onions was a thing in my house. And if your partner doesn't like it, it's their loss for the night, innit? Nice and thin. Don't need loads, but I wanna go super fine. I'm literally gonna plonk this on the top, like they would. This is how it comes to you. There's no like, oh, I'll toss your salad for you, mate. Or, don't worry, I'll make sure your salad's finished before you go. No, bro, I'm gonna cut the ingredients and season them. You're gonna fucking do the rest. I love that about Spain and about Portugal, is when you go somewhere, it's like, oh yeah, you want a salad? Here it is. Here's your vinegar and your oil. Dress the fucking salad, bro. The amount of people, I put up a thing on Insta this week about grown-ass adults. I'm 33, yeah? George is 35. How old are you, George? 35. George is 35. Yeah, we're fucking grown-ass adults. There's a couple of you at this big age. You can't fucking cook rice, bruv. And I'm here 90 episodes deep on the house. Freebies. You're telling me you can't cook rice, bruv. What are you bringing to the table, fam? Go learn how to cook rice, bro. Men and women, what are you fucking doing, bruv? How are you surviving? Bruv, Deliveroo and that. When you have kids, you think you're going to spend Deliveroo money? Nah, cuz, learn how to cook rice, learn how to season tomatoes, learn how to grill a piece of chicken. This is fucking fundamentals. I know me and George in particular, enjoy food, yeah? But fam, how are you going to live your entire life and not know how to cook? It's fucking atrocious, man. Blasphemous. That is fucking a poor attempt. You know, like you get a D, need to work harder, needs improvement. You need to fucking learn how to cook, fam. At your big grown age, learn how to cook, please. Run over. Does my nut in? House, I don't know how to cook rice. What do you mean, bruv? What do you mean? There's a couple people, George, in my DMs this week that I was shocked. You don't know how to cook rice. Fucking hell, fam. Don't get me wrong, though, I've worked with chefs that don't know how to cook rice, so don't be like them. They're gone now. The salad's done. The chicken, I'm now, although it looks like it's over the fire, it's not. I'm just gonna let it rest. In the cage for a bit, like 5 minutes in the cage, because it's still really tight. Then I'm gonna rest it on the plate with a little knob of butter. But basically we're done. At this point, if you wanna make some chips, eat some crisps. That's also what they do in Portugal. I'm gonna pack down. We're just gonna serve up, eat, wrap it, and continue to cook in the sun. Which, after the week that we actually had, you don't know what week this is, but it's been fucking shit weather. And to catch the sunlight on the day that you're cooking piri chicken for breakfast, it's one of those things. Also, if you haven't noticed, man goes gym now, you get me? Right, I'm just gonna finish this salad off. Glug of olive oil, not loads, just a glug. Look at all of our tomato juices in the bottom here. See how much this is doubled? It's now gonna mix in with our olive oil, and this is gonna create the beautiful dressing. Just for like a really simple, humble salad. Salad with like no complexities other than fucking fresh, beautiful ingredients. That's what cooking's about. Like, that's all you need. Don't burn this. There we go. So, we've seasoned our tomatoes. I want a little pinch of salt on our onions as well, just so that they're at the party and everyone's like, oh, when did you get here? No one wants to be that guy at the party, when did you get here, innit? And then, I've just got some, I'll get my fun with this. I've just got some bog standard white vinegar. I'm just gonna give it a couple trickles, right? And this is what's gonna give us the acid that's already present in our tomatoes, but it's also gonna cut against our rich, beautiful chicken. Gonna give it a hand job, yeah, like this. And look, you can see all of that beautiful fucking juice left in the bottom of the plate. And that's, if you've got bread, this is like 100% bread territory. See this? Bread territory, bro. And then I've got a little bit of oregano. Oh my God, oregano over the top. America, right? A little bit of oregano over the top. And then just give it a taste. Basically, ottolenghi. Fantastic. It could do with a tiny bit more acidity. And I just want to go zing, like that. Zing, over the top. Zing. A zing of tomato. Now, our chicken has cooked, rested. I flashed it. And this is where we're at, right? Marufo is where we're at, mate. This smells fucking exceptional. Oh no. One swift foul swoop. Right, I just want to give this just a little touch at the beginning. Give it a glossy and a shine. This is also now, we've cooked these oils onto our chicken, right? So the flavor profiles are different, the complexities are different, the oregano's no longer fresh, the garlic's no longer a hum, the chilies aren't as potent. But when you go back on with the oil, you're reintroducing all of those flavors. The importance of cooking this in a grill, you see these little slates that we've created? We've created these like little gaps, like planks of wood. In there sits our, like, it's like a holding cell of flavors, bro. Like, that's where you want to live. If they were like 3-bedroom house, cul-de-sac here, in this little bit here, you'd move in tomorrow, cuz. I had this dish last night, it's called PIRI. I can't believe it. As much as we associate PIRI with Portuguese food, it's actually from Africa. It's where the chilies originated, and where the Portuguese colonized Africa, it was brought over. And it's one of those dishes that, sorry boy, one of those dishes that you should really look into the heritage and how it got to where it is and how we ended up celebrating it, basically. But it's a story nonetheless, and I really enjoy stories around food. So let's give this a good carve up. And I want to go small pieces, yeah? Bruv, I don't know. I don't know anymore, man. I don't know how many times I've got to tell you I'm the fucking best at this shit, cuz. Denzel, tell him, I'm the best at this shit, as we've established. I'm gonna put this is a whole chicken onto the plate. I want a few bits of just like resting butter, because it's the magic that happens in the bottom with the resting juices, the bits of melted butter, the piri oil. That's where it's like, oh my god. Piri oil over the top, right? Let this like fucking slide down through all the crannies, collect on the bottom of the plate, mix with the butter, mix with the chicken juices. I think that's the best job at Nando's. You know, you go to Nando's and there's that one person, breaking down chickens, cooking them, breaking them down. That's the exciting bit. That's probably the bit that gets you laid if you worked in Nando's. That's how I used to think about when I was on grill section at work. I'd be like, yeah, man, if anyone's watching, they're watching me, innit? Of course. Let's have a little taste. Ladies and gentlemen, piri chicken in the garden, in the winter sunshine. Don't need a plate and a serving. This is our breakfast today. But the chicken is fucking... I've done nothing to this bird except for cook it slowly. Soft, tender, delicious, juicy chicken. But the best bit, a nice bit of breast. See this? PIRI oil, butter, chicken resting juices. At my wake, serve PIRI like this, man. And that, if you're walking around, and all the men then would have stains down their suits. But what happened? But has his wake, just doing PIRI. There's just like a tray of butter. Man, them while out. But yeah, man. Portugal's great. You need loads of money. But the food in Portugal is legit. And this, just being a celebration of a chili, is a dish that an entire nation celebrates. It's insane. But honestly, it's up there with Camille's chicken, man. Like in terms of bang for buck, simplicity, flavour, like I think I could cook this for Camille and be like, where's this from? It's fucking delicious. Completely different when it's homemade. You should all try it. Season your tomatoes before. Get your chicken cooked. Make your oils. Deliveroo some chips if you have to. Make sure there's bread to mop up with. And this, easy little Sunday roast. Or a midweek dinner, bruv. Like, this is what a fucking normal Tuesday at my house currently. Thanks, Mike. Be as happy as Denzel in the garden being hand-fed PIRI by his old man.
Chop House Films.
Can you say films?
Film.
Films.
Films.